Hello everyone. My name is Simnala. I'm I realized a while ago that there isn't a lot of people that actually stream or record videos for Demise that have had a long time experience with this fairly ancient game at this point. And I want to show off what an older perspective of it might be. It's been pretty cool to see a lot of newer people getting into the game, and I've rather enjoyed that. Now, I do have a pretty large gap in what I've learned. I only played the base game and a mod for the game that doesn't exist anymore called Demise the Revelation. There was a time and period when Declan bought the original game and made his own expansion to it called Ascension, and then now it's called Revenge of the Tavern Keeper. I played a different person's vision of it from a guy named Archie that made a version called Demise the Revelation. So I'm actually excited to fully explore what this other version of the game has. I do have a team that I've loaded up to about level 20. I've dabbled into the newer content a little bit, but not extremely. I'm not going to utilize the potions I put in the store as my primary challenge. I'm going to give my first character, who is a dwarf, a one-time 5 constitution potion advantage. And then I'm going to utilize just that one to basically go through and collect tomes and potions to level them up. And then if I get enough, I will start adding in new party members. I'm not going to go with the traditional mush pot just to begin with. I kind of want to try something a little new. So I'll probably add in a Ceres in a while that is going to be primarily a thief. I'm going to add in an elf who's going to be a paladin and a magic user. And then I'll probably round it off with a giant who is my bruiser, who sits up front and is the main explorer and fighter of the group. But this will be a bit of a slow start. I'll be like rolling into it and going through and doing that. I'm not going to reset the map I've done. I'm not going to really utilize a lot of the extra equipment that I've gotten in my storage. And I'll begin. As you can see, I'll show you, my character is just a random dwarf who has been given 5 of these lovely little potions to use and nothing else. I will go through into the dungeon. I will give myself ooh, I didn't actually set that up. Spicy. Let's see. Since I was going to give myself these anyway, I'm just going to give myself enough money to try and change it to be the right alignment for my character. But yeah, I had just thought of this and put it into motion, and we'll play it by ear. It's still a rough start, even with no particular weakness of having to gather your own potions. This will still be a pretty rough little beginning. I am going to get myself a couple of pieces of equipment that are already usually in the store that you don't start with. The most notable of which is you can start out getting these leather girdles. These are already in there. I think that's the only thing else I can get them right now. Yes. And yes, I have the other requirement I'm going to give me is I'm not going to use any fancy items that are in the store that aren't in the store normally that I found until I reach character level. I'm going to say 50 is a good one to do at. I do have other characters that are kicking around, so they're just not in easy access of me. So as you can see, I already got hit for 10, and the easiest way to deal with that is just turn around, go back to town, and go back in to heal up at first, because it's actually much less expensive than just dying from it. Dying will add a whole bunch of time to your life, whereas just leaving and coming back and heal, much more effective early game. But yeah, we're just gonna bebop around on the top level for a little bit, and we'll see where we end up. Ooh, spicy. As you can see, you can just bail on combat too if you're quick. But the very early bit of the game is a little bit like that, knowing when to get out of danger before they actually get you. Now, even the top floor can be really dangerous early on. And finally, I can make my first level. The first couple levels are the most dangerous. I thought I got... I guess I need more constitution. Okay. A second. Yeah, the only advantage I was going to give myself is just to max out con before I did any leveling, because the game is hard enough as it is. Whenever you make a new character, you're going to want to max out your stats as best as you can, and if you can't start out doing that, you want to get another temporary set of characters or character to go get them for your main characters, because it makes a difference of about 100 hit points if you do it this way. So even if you have to struggle to make it happen, you absolutely want to make that happen. Yeah. And so once I max out my con, I'm gonna move on to my normal fighting. You know, I haven't made a dwarf from the beginning. I didn't realize that their con was so much higher off my memory. That's actually really good to know. Alright, so now I can go and actually start leveling up. And we can... Now, when you start out, you're not going to get a lot of tomes on the top floor. So your first goal... See, I gained 15 hit points from that first level. So I can already fight so much better on the top. But the thing is that you don't get much tomes till you're fighting on the second floor. And unfortunately, you're just not ready for that immediately. There's no getting around that. Oof. I got lucky he didn't spit on me. That could have been an instant game over on that one. Now, the actual worst enemy in the beginning game is floor slimes. They are, to put it mildly, pretty rough. You can kill them, but they will do a lot of damage to you. See if I can't... Nope, he almost got me. I made it out alive again. I was really hoping to sneak by him, but dang it, they are rough. Okay, maybe I'd be better off suited finding a different direction. Getting one more level. But yeah, the beginning of the game is just kind of like this. You do what you can, you explore around, and you try not to get absolutely bodied by big groups of enemies like the ones I just saw. Nice. Every group I can kill without dying is just amazing. Once you get about 3 or 4 levels under your belt, it starts getting a lot more manageable. You start being able to actually get a little bit more situated. This is just a cursed ring. This one is not a cursed ring, but it's not especially useful either. So, yeah, they just pop in and out. You explore the little bit that you can. You gather potions. Yeah, I'm not ready to fight 15 and like 11 enemies of any type of enemy early on. Problem is, even if they only do 1 damage per round, that's still more than enough to end you early on. Yeah, see, this group would have been death instantly. Yeah, there's some really sporadic floor generation here in some places. This should fix, like, the dungeon repopulates as you play about every 40 minutes to an hour. So, if you don't like what's going on, just wait a while and some of the enemies will disappear, new ones will take their place, enemies you've killed will cycle out. You can store the experience for 2 levels at a time, but I actually don't think I'm strong enough to fight for that long before I run out of hit points, so I'm just gonna duck in and out, take the levels 1 at a time. And level up as I go along. Nice, that one was 12, a little less. Now the game has a mechanic where you get bonus experience until a certain level with different guilds. In the first guild, you get the strongest guild for this is Warrior. If you can join Warrior, you do that. You stick with it to level 25, and then you switch to Artisan. Now every class can do Artisan, so with varying levels of success, you'll either get Warrior and then Artisan, or you'll just do Artisan. But either way, you want to hit that till 30. And then if you have access to it, you can switch off to Warlock till 38. That one's not strictly necessary, but it does make a big difference to have that little bit of extra hit points going in, because some nasties will hit you for quite a lot as you go down. So that buffer, as you're leveling up, makes a big difference in where you can level. Now there are fountains here and there in the dungeon that if you stand next to them, they will regenerate you a little bit as you do. So, yeah, if you find yourself a little bit away from town and you want to recover and you're closer to a fountain, you can just pop over to it, and just like this, you could just chill next to it for a couple seconds and just, you know, think about what you're going to do. You could go to your inventory, you could poke around, look something up on your phone, you know, whatever. It's an easy way to do it really early on. It can save your life, actually. Just because it's just really simple to do and not really problematic. Yeah, see, like, even just these very early enemies will hit you pretty hard. Like, that one hit me for 8. So, yeah. The first real goal you want to get to is at level 12 for Warrior, I believe. You can unlock an item in the store, a weapon called the Dagger of Stealth. It is a 2-attack weapon. The game calls it swings. So you will attack twice a round each time you fight. The battle kind of scrolls through automatically, but you can speed it up by mashing the fight button. I like to watch what happens a little bit. It might slow it down. Sometimes I will speed it up if I know it's an easy fight and I can win. But if you're fighting something new, you might want to just let it run slowly, figure out what it's doing, and then consider whether you want to speed it up. Because especially when you're in a new area, you're gonna need to know what's hurting you, what's killing you. And if you just rush through it, you won't know what happened to you. And that could be a real problem. Because you don't know how to stop it. And as you can see, you can't solve it if you can't figure out what it is. So yeah, just do a quick heal in town, bop back in. But yeah, in the beginning you can kind of run out of areas to fight when you're on the top couple floors, but you very quickly have like 4 or 5 floors you can look around. And I'm not going to fight floor slimes unless I need to, because they can just do too much damage. So I am likely to just run away from them if they're aggressive. It's just a cost analysis kind of thing. It's just not, it's not worth the damage they do to you. It's detrimental to your run. But yeah, I got the next level. I can dive in, and we'll see what that brings. Nice. So I reached level 4. I gained another 9 hit points. Not the greatest level up, but it's fine. But I also gained my first boost to my natural attack and defense. So now that I'm at this point, I might be able to consider popping my nose in here and looking for tomes. Now, some enemies I won't want to fight, like... I'm gonna save this owl, because I know I've got a quest in a couple, so if I know where there's an easy owl to get to, even if this place ends up being a little too rough and I have to run away, at least when I go to get my quest, I won't have to fight the entire floor to get to it. Oh, there's another one right here. I'll just bail on that. But yeah, like if you die, it's not the worst, but you have to you lose up to a year's worth of your life. You lose a bunch of your money. It's just really not worth it. Whereas a full heal from going back to town, only 2 weeks. That's not too bad. Now getting older is not the biggest crisis either, since you can actually reverse your age if you can get far enough in the game. And the only thing it really has is you have a chance of complications when you get raised if you have high age. But you have to be pretty high aged for it to be a problem. Yeah, I'm getting pretty unlucky with how much they're hidden. That's unfortunate. But you know what? Still making it through. Yeah, let's see if I got anything good. Nope, nothing exciting. That's fine. The most important thing is just to level up, get past the first floor as quickly as you can. Start nosing your way into level 2. And get some of the better chances at good items. Yeah, these rowdies are probably the most dangerous thing for me to fight at this current time. They would probably do the most damage of anything I could face. So I'm not going to intentionally sit and fight them if I can. But anytime you see a dragot or you see like a zombie, that's a good chance that they could be a tome. Although they're not the only enemies that'll do it. Like, you have a good chance at it from anything that's a humanoid like this too. But yeah, I'm just kind of taking it a little slow. You kind of got to be really cautious if you're running a single character. Like this, a lot of this would be avoided by running several characters at once. You'd normally set up a team for this. But as you can see, it's pretty possible to just go around with a single character without dying constantly. You just have to be pretty cautious. And just remember to keep putting your money in the bank, because you'll use money mostly for converting potions and tomes to be useful for your character, because they don't start out being useful for every character. These are often for other alignments. I'm going to be a little picky about which battles I fight for a little bit, because some of them are just going to beat me up more than are worth it currently. Like that one hit me for 29 damage, so like the fact that I can level up now just means I can go back to town and get a free heal on the level up. Come back a little stronger. Let's see, yep, 12 more hit points. That's a little nicer. Oof. Oh, that's cute. They can join me. I got a backup squad for a little bit. That's a rare enemy right here, this Tengu, but I'm not gonna fight it. It'll probably actually hurt me a little too much. Yeah, so got a little lucky. I got a couple teammates running around with me. I could sell them to the store and get a little bit of money, but this might actually be in my favor, because these are actually a little sturdy for this floor, so they might actually take some of that damage off me, and I can fight a little bit more adventurous. Because the way it works is that enemies will kind of target your allies first, sometimes. And they'll eventually get pissed off and leave. Like, your teammates usually don't stick around forever, even if they join you like this. You can use magic to enchant them and make them your slaves. I usually don't bother with that. But if you get enemies joining you like this, let them do it, because they will just take hits for you. I don't worry too much if they take damage. I don't worry if they die, because like they signed up for this adventure, in my opinion. I didn't make them come here. Let's see, what did I get as a tome? Agility. This is something I can really use. My agility is super low. I need to get that up to actually use better equipment. So that's actually going to be super helpful. Good. So I need to gain 3 more dexterity, but even 1 more dexterity will help a lot. 1 more dexterity will let me wear a much better set of equipment. And that will make a pretty big difference in my situation. But yeah, every time I get a liquid or a book or a tome, it has a decent chance of being one that makes me stronger. So yeah, the early game is all about managing how much damage you're taking. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stream for maybe like another 30-40 minutes, and then we'll probably take a little break. I'll see how it came out and I'll upload that to YouTube, see how that's looking on that end. I'm a little new to the game of streaming and uploading videos, but it's not my first time. Yeah, see, some of my companions are dying, but it's just the bears. That's fine. The bears were actually just a surprise to me that they wanted to join anyway. But the good thing about the healing potions is they'll actually, I believe, heal your companions up. So if you find these little healing fountains, take advantage of it. Now you can push P and let go of companions you don't want to carry. I'm not gonna resurrect the bear in town. It's not worth the money. So it looks like I got another tome. None of the potions I got were that important. But that's fine. We're already making progress. Yeah, the biggest hindrance to getting stronger is actually just getting off that first floor. Once you can start fighting off the first floor like this, you start having that better chance at stat upgrades. Oh, my other bear went down. It's not really a big loss. Bears, unfortunately, aren't very sturdy on this floor. There's not a lot I can do about locked chests. So, just kind of gotta leave them. Let them lie and not worry about them. Yeah. So since I can level, I might bop back to town, just get myself that level up and that heal. See what this tome is about. And I got my quest for the level 6. I'll read it out to you guys because it shows up in a separate window. You have been assigned the required level 6 quest for this guild. As you are about to leave the training area, a voice comes out from behind you. Halt! You turn around to see a huge burly warrior dressed in shiny armor, equipped with every item under the sun. Strapped across his back is a very nasty-looking two-handed sword. His face has many scars and his eyes are full of fire. I am Requinix. I will be your quest master as you proceed in the guild. When I assign you a quest, you will complete it. Then come back to me, and I will possibly give you a reward in return. I expect the best from you and will accept nothing less. Your first task will be to go and kill a giant owl. It's simple, but it will give me an idea of how you will be. It's simple, but it will give me an idea of how you work. Come back when the task is completed, and I will give you a newly forged iron sword. Return soon. He then turns and leaves the room. You must defeat one giant owl. So yes, at certain levels as you go through, you don't have a choice. You have to do these ones. But some quests you give are mandatory, and some of them are optional, and the mandatory ones are the ones that come up as a separate window and a special flavor text. So this right here is another Tome of Endurance. I am going to save these up, and when I get enough, I will bring other characters to life to join my party, and things will get simpler. So any items you want to keep separate, put them in the bank, because thieves will steal items if you aren't wearing them. If you are unlucky. So that's just a general rule of thumb. Anything you want to keep, put aside. Put them out of reach. These little buggers, kind of assholes. They'll just grab your stuff and run with it. Or if they don't like it, they break it. Yeah, I didn't kill that owl near the beginning, but you know, if I still need it, I will grab it on the way out. Find it's a decent chance that I will just come across another one. They actually are a fairly common enemy in the dungeon. On level 2. Yeah, see right here. There we go. Didn't even have to go do the fancy one I saved. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Gonna try not to fight rowdies. Rowdies are a good source of strength tomes and stuff, but they're also a big source of getting your ass kicked early on, so you gotta weigh the benefits out. Yeah. They got me. I tried to run, I turned wrong. It also kills your companions, so I lost my friends. It's unfortunate. But, you know, that's how it happens. You turn around and they get you. So yeah, since I found a brown cloak for the first time, when I want to wear one, I'll get one. I'll consider any items I found to be an item I've unlocked for purchase. That seems like a good way to run it. Good. Nice that it all reset. I don't have to run as far to kill enemies. Okay, not all reset. It's a little wonky, like it kind of resets things in a order that it chooses. It tries to do like certain rooms in sequence. Come on, stop missing. Yeah, I'll go level up, come back in, and get my reward. There we go. Requinus chuckles, you, the mighty warrior, has returned from killing the giant owl, eh? He picks up a dagger and begins to sharpen it. Take that iron sword as a reward. I will see you again soon. Now, I don't think I can actually wear this. I don't think my dexterity is high enough. It sure isn't. Not only that, he gives it to you 2 levels before you could wear it, even if you could put it on. So yeah, I'm gonna store that. Come back for it. I don't think I traveled this way. Of course, all these enemies are just leaving me trapped chests I can't even open. That's just unfortunate. Gotta watch out for pitfalls, I wasn't looking. try to return back to town, heal up. Even if I get beat up, I'm gonna try to fight on 2 as long as I can. I should be strong enough to survive for a good like 10-15 rooms each time. Huh. A better armor. Wonder if I can wear this yet. Nope, that's quite a bit farther, but I mean, I've unlocked it for myself, so that's nice. Wow, that hurt quite a bit more than I thought it was gonna, but it's okay. Now there are spinners like the one that's in this corner, but it's not a problem as long as you pay attention to which way you're facing, even if you can't see where you are on the map. Now, I could fight the snakes, but I think I'll take a lot of damage if I fight that many at a time. Yeah, see. Even as it is, this place is rough even at this point. Ah, shit. Got spun around. They're doing their job. But yeah, the first character is going to be a couple years older from all this in and out. But the second one, if I get a second group going, will probably not have to do the same process. The first character can probably keep them alive pretty good. There we go. Some armor. Ah, that's what we want to see, books. What I want to see is maybe one of the shimmering rings. That would be pretty good. Another book. Oh, get out of there. Know when to run. I was hoping I could squeeze a whole level out of that, but I mean, it is what it is. Alright, well, only one of them was a book that's gonna help me, but still, any book is a good book. Oh, another endurance one, okay. And yes, I got the shimmering ring. That's quite nice. Can I wear it? I can wear this. Well, this is gonna give me a boost to my dexterity, which will be pretty good. Now this right here is a cursed item, and the way cursed items work is you can sell them for money, but it's usually a good idea to keep a copy of each one in case you can turn in bounties for them at the bounty board. You can get some good stuff from bounties that sometimes, but you can also get absolute garbage, so you kind of gotta look at what they're offering. I delete ones that are never gonna be something I want. Like, this is the one for returning a monster to get a cursed item, and that's never a good deal. It's a cursed item for a cursed item. Don't need that. Never gonna capture one of those. I have a lot of really old ones kicking around in here. Yeah, don't think I need a thing of fumbling. Think I'm gonna capture any of those, but sure, maybe if I find one, I'll just come grab it. Don't think I ever want to get a Dracul. Thing is these just populate as you go along, and a lot of them are just complete garbage. But occasionally you get a nice one. You just gotta keep looking as you play. But yeah, this ring is good news. This actually lets me put on this shield I couldn't wear because I didn't have a high enough dex count. I also can wear that sword I found if I can get to level 9, which will be a slight increase to damage. But yeah, I can put this book in here. If I can find a couple more books, we can make our second character come true, and I'll have to decide which one that is. Now, the thief would probably be the best one, because the thief will let me open up more treasure chests than I currently can. And that'll make a pretty big difference to how many potions and stuff you find. Yeah, even that raised my defense another couple nodules up, so it'll reduce the damage I take. And I think I'm almost at the second point when I level up. Now that was a pretty lucky item, so you often find healing items as well. And I'm gonna hotkey those up and save them for emergencies. Sorry if I go a little faster than some might be able to follow. That's kind of just muscle memory at this point. Rather not fight all those. Maybe it's worth it just to clear the room out, because I gotta get past this room. They got me. That's fine. Yeah. But I can level up. There's that at least. Yep, gained a decent amount more defense and attack. You just gotta take your lumps now and then. Jumping down to 2 immediately like I did is a little risky, and you're going to take a few deaths if you play that way. And well, it is a risk I took, and it is a risk that I'm taking a few hits for. But I've saved a good amount of gold. I've gotten some stat items, and we're gonna keep progressing. That's good. That's been 2 more liquids. Man, these owls are getting some lucky hits on me. More snakes. Save my hit points for things that can give me things. Now the game has a bit of a hidden mechanic to it where if you are hurt, you take more damage from stuff. You are easier to hit, you do less damage. So once you get to about half hit points, you should consider finding a way to heal or backing off from fights that are dangerous. Like, I am probably gonna dip back to town and heal. Now in the very, very early game, you don't have enough luxury to really work with around that. When you only have like 20 hit points, a single round of combat can kill you. But I have a little leeway, so it's not a big deal. So this is a potion of leadership. I don't currently need charisma. If I get a few of these, I'll consider trading them over. Put the gold away and dip back in. Now, I have strong suspicions that this poor little scavy is just going to die in one of these rooms, but you know, you want to join. I assume he knows what he was up for. Yep, I was afraid of that. Well, it was nice knowing you, Scavy. We fought together for about 10 rooms. That was about 5 more rooms than I expected, to be honest. So you did a good job. Let's bail on that. Okay, I'm hurt enough I should just escape rather than fight my way through. Now there is a mechanic for paying to be healed. It's a little expensive at the beginning, so I would be losing money every time I came in and out. So I'm kind of just taking the hit, you know? But it's a good option once you get a little bit further in and you start netting a much bigger positive on runs. You can afford to go that route. Save yourself a little bit of aging. Oh good, some more emergency healing items. That's nice. Oh, these are krakens, huh? I think these are just frogs. You actually have another interesting thing about this game is that you have a tendency to misidentify things if you're not very strong or not very observant of a character. Some classes are better at this than others. Warrior is not one of the observant classes, unfortunately. Wow, I just missed like 4 times in a row. Wild. Yikes. Oh, am I not... I don't have the stat. Oh, my level's not high enough to use it. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just save it then. That's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was 1 level away from it. That makes sense. But yeah, you can combine them up and get yourself healing items on the go. And if you are a little frugal with them, you can make them last quite a while. Make the earlier part of the game a little nicer for you. It's always a good idea to position yourself in case you need to duck out real quick. Yeah, I don't need to fight all that. I'm surprised that's the first green oozes I've seen in a while. They're not as dangerous in some ways as the floor slimes. They don't spit acid on you, but they can paralyze you, and that is very bad news. Yeah, I should just dip out and level up. I could get some minor equipment upgrades. So yeah, we're all the way up to level 9. Let us evaluate what we can do now. So I can take this off. I can get a slightly better sword for free. I don't have the stats to actually wear the other stuff, but maybe I can slip on one of these, because that's actually a weaker armor than the other one I found. So the store actually starts with this one, so I feel fine switching this out. Same thing with this hat. The store starts with this hat as well. Can't do anything there. I can get the better cloak because I found one of these. Yep, that's what I'm gonna roll with. So that was actually a good, like, 10 more defense. Actually, I'm gonna look to see exactly which level I can look at the dagger of stealth for. 13. So if I can make it to 13 and gain a couple level of dex, I need 2 more dex to wear it, or one of those dex can be from the shimmering ring. My hopes is that one of these times I'll be strong enough that I won't get beat up. Get added there. Don't need to fight a Tengu. Yeah, that could have gone better. Yeah, they got me. Forgot the Tengu was in there. Tragic. Well, that was unfortunate. If you think you're getting a little overpowered, you're usually not. Yeah, I'm gonna bail on those orcs because I can't open the treasure chest anyway, and orcs are one of the more damaging enemies early on. But if you can see that you can't even get its treasure, I don't consider it that worth fighting early on. You can't always see it immediately, though. You're gonna have to play it by ear. And it may not be super obvious, but I'm actually taking a lot less chip damage as I go along this time. Although that enemy just hit me pretty hard, but I actually have the ability to heal now. So I'll use it to speed things up a little bit. I am avoiding those rooms because I know what's in there. A good portion of having good rooms is remembering where's a bad idea and where's a fine idea to enter. Like this right here is a cool little graveyard area that gives you undead, which are pretty weak here, but have a good chance of dropping stats. Yeah, I saw a couple of liquids, I saw a book, so we will see what that has in store for us when we escape here. Don't really want to fight all these guys, but I might consider it for a treasure chest. Kill the orc first. Okay, I can level up. I'm gonna make my way back. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, we made it all the way to level 10 and only died, what, like 2 or 3 times? Now, unfortunately, most of what we found looks like they were just random potions that aren't going to help us, but this tome could be something. It looks like it is the only one that doesn't help you. The Tome of Lies actually hurts you if you use it, so... Oh well. Yeah, it took a couple crunches. Oh no, that was a bad idea. Got out of there quick. I thought it was another zombie. It was not. Take stock. Only have a few of those left. It's fine. Alright, Dragons, let's do this. Oh, get out of there. Don't need to fight all those guys. Don't get me wrong, we will be killing them, but it'll be a little further down the line. So we're returning back near town. I'm gonna pop up to the first floor, kill the last like 2 enemies I need to level up. So yeah, we've gotten decently far with just a solo character. Still hoping to make that change happen sooner than later, but looks like it's going to be another little while before we get there. But yeah, I'd say things are going well. Do you think I've cleared out most of this floor, but it's been about 40 minutes and some of it will start popping back up. Fortunately, the levels are a little bigger than you would expect, so it makes it pretty hard to actually clear it all out with a solo character before it starts repopulating. Yeah, I don't really want to open Life Drain. I don't really have any defense from it. Kind of counterintuitive if you lose stats instead of gaining them. Was that like 7 misses in a row? Oh no. Yeah, that hurt again. We cleared all the way to this corner up. Don't need to fight that. Oh boy. Yeah, that came a little close. Yeah, some of it's filling back in again. That's good. Of course, it's filling up with some stuff I don't really want to fight, but I mean, can't pick that. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I have to start clearing out some of these rooms with guys that I didn't want to fight before. Yeah, got beat up a little. This time I'll just chill. So yeah. This is just kind of how the beginning of the game goes. You get what you can, you dive through, you fight some enemies, you level up. So looks like I've kind of cleared things out for a bit, so I might actually head back to town, heal up, call it a stream, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow after it's repopulated. Get that healing up. Store my money. But yeah, that's been my first stream of this. I'll try to pop it up every few days or so. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for anyone that's been watching. I'll catch everyone later.